Well, the weather is not looking good today. We're expecting the downpours to continue into today's sprint, and this will make for some very tricky conditions for all the teams. Spa-Francorchamps is a 4.35-mile tour of the Ardennes countryside, with 9 rights and 10 lefts, giving us a grand total of 19 corners. Average lap speeds in the dry can reach about 145 miles per hour, but without a significant improvement in the conditions, we're not going to be seeing anything like that today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Leclerc, George Russell and Gasly, Norris, Sainz, Fernando Alonso and Alex Albon, Antonelli, Bortoletto, Lance Stroll and Hamilton, Ocon, Lawson, Jack Doohan and Isaac Hadjar. Hughes and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish, but let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Mic on.
Então lá vamos nós novamente, rapaziada. Sprint aí na Bélgica, Spa-Francorchamps. Fiz um tempo horroroso no qualify da sprint ali, tomei 2 segundos do primeiro, que é o Verstappen. O carro tá todo pra pista seca, então o que nos dá uma vantagem pra corrida, que é ter tempo seco, né? Vamos ver o que a gente consegue aqui. Eu acredito que vamos ficar bem atrás e tentar não bater igual a gente bateu na Grã-Bretanha lá.
Mic off.
Here we go then. The formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
Okay, you've taken damage to the side pods. Expect to feel a little bit more drag than normal. start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. Side pods have taken damage. Keep an eye on your engine temperatures. Cooling may be adversely affected. Critical damage to the floor, be careful. Okay, be very careful. The floor's incurred massive damage. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.9 seconds. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. Keep on him, he might make a mistake. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 6.0 seconds. Race over, take care of the car on the way in.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time.